Hello everybody, it is Tuesday the 2nd of December and I want to talk again about Gnosticism and what it actually was, because there seems to be an awful lot of confusion and fairy tales basically in this world. And I want to show you what Christianity from its beginning actually was in opposition to Gnosticism, because they were in opposition. And what it is you're actually fighting for when you insist on, we are Christian nations and we should uphold our Christianity. Because what you're doing is you are upholding your oppressors. I want to show you this here. Now, again, from the beginning, Gnosticism, the knowledge within, it is a knowledge of the Creator, because everything is created from Him. And both the Gnostics and the Hermetics as well gained a knowledge of the Creator through that which was created. The truth that is within us is the truth of the Creator. There is no separation. So by looking at us, by looking at nature, they gain knowledge of the Creator. Now, let me talk again about the aeons in the pleroma. Again, it is a knowledge of the energies, of the aspects of ourselves, and what they work, how they come together, and the outcomes that they create when they do come together. This is where the fairy tales start. When you make the aeons into beings, gods in heaven. And I don't know, I had this comment if Sophia was the mother of Jesus' daughter. I'm sorry, I've never heard that story, but that is not Gnosticism, as far as I can see. This is where, as I said, you make the aeons into characters and then you start making fairy tales. They are aspects of ourselves and what they work in this world. Now, knowledge that was brought into this world was very much individual knowledge, because it came out of the knowledge of an individual person. Yeah. The reason why they could come together and even form groups is because in most aspects we are the same. We are actually more the same than we are different from each other. And it is that what we have in common, that they could all agree on, that formed the foundation of everything else. And again, there we can come together in our humanity, in the human consciousness that we are. Because in many respects we are the same. In most respects, I would think. But there were differences, obviously, because it is individual knowledge. And they did debate, they did look into that, but it was never a question of right or wrong. Here's the thing, it was never a question of right or wrong. The truth that is within you is your truth. Now, if there was a truth that varied, was more individual than others, they would have debated what that was. Why was it there? What does it work? Is that a knowledge that would serve? An aspect that would serve humanity, because knowledge was there to serve. Knowledge that was gained should be there in service to humanity. And the one thing that led to that thinking, everything is creator. We are creator. Creator has all possibilities, ultimate diversity. There is no right or wrong. It's all Him. Question is, will it serve us or will it not? What that thinking led to was no fear of speaking your own truth. You could speak your own truth freely. Yeah? It would be examined, yes, but it wouldn't be judged as in right or wrong and no, you shouldn't say that. It was freedom of expression of your own truth, bringing knowledge into this world out of yourself, which is a knowledge of the Creator. Now, with the rise of Christianity, there was the idea that there was only one truth. That there was only one truth, and that truth needed to be served, and whoever went up against it will be destroyed. And with that, fear came into this world. The freedom of expression that was in the mystery schools and Gnosticism was destroyed by Christianity, and fear came into this world when you spoke against the doctrine, the one truth that came from above, that was decided above. You would be destroyed. You would be burned at the stake. Your family, quite possibly, would be killed. That's when fear came into this world. Again, if you look at the teachings of Jesus, both sides are there. Both sides are there. There is a teaching of the Creator that is all and that gives, that is within you. His truth is within you, and you can give of that truth to others. Give to each other of your truth. So the Gnostics and the mystery schools were actually the true followers of Jesus. They were the followers of the true Christ. The one that is the ruler over everything that Jesus revealed through the denial of self. He revealed that other truth. That is the truth of New Jerusalem. And that was the revelation of evil and destruction, not of love. So those that follow, that venerate, that pray to the God of New Jerusalem, they are devil worshippers. They glorify evil. Now the way our oh so Christian societies and countries are built, they are built on the model of New Jerusalem. And that is what you are fighting for when you're saying, oh, we must uphold Christianity, the rule of the one, the only truth, and our enemies must be destroyed. You're still in that thinking. That is glorifying the destroyer. That is the one that brings fear and desolation. That is what you're fighting for when you're saying, uphold the church, uphold the Christian teachings. Now, America, there's the thing, the more I look at it, was never built on the principles of New Jerusalem, that brand of Christianity, that Jesus. Yeah? It was never built on that. The founding fathers of America were Freemasons, which is again another mystery school. You know, where there's freedom of expression, freedom of speech, those were all the principles of the Gnostics and of the mystery schools. America was founded on that, until the beast destroyed it again, to bring in back the rule of the one and the rule of the few, and doctrine being drizzled down from above, and whoever does not obey will be destroyed. But people are being really being put in fear of what is being called then the occult, Gnosticism. They were heretics against the truth of the one. Well, they are. They are against the truth of the one truth. But they were the ones that were in freedom. They were the ones that could speak without fear. They were the ones that knew we were all of Creator. They were the ones that could come together on the points on which we are the same and explore the differences without fear, to see what they are and what they would serve. And in that, they could explore human consciousness freely. What it is we are, what it is we are in. They could explore that freely without fear. And Christianity brought an end to that. The Christianity of New Jerusalem, the rulership of one, brought an end to that. Restricted the knowledge to what would serve it, to keep itself in power. Brought darkness and fear into this world. But as long as people are on their knees to the devil of New Jerusalem, proclaiming that to be the light and the only truth, and then saying, oh, we are a Christian nation, we are one under the one God, you are fighting for your own prison. You are fighting for your own enslavement, and you're calling it good. And what was enlightenment, what was a free exploration of who we are and what we're in, you're calling that occult, heretics, evil. And there's the big delusion. There it is, you're in it, calling good evil and evil good. So when I see now people saying, oh, Christianity is under attack, well, if it is the ones that pray to the God of New Jerusalem, then yeah, I hope it is under attack. In fact, I hope it will be destroyed, so that freedom, enlightenment can come back into this world. And the oppressor is gone. And the fear is gone. The fear of punishment, of hell, of damnation, whatever it is that keeps you down, praying on your knees. So yeah, if you stand up and say, I am a part of a Christian nation, really look at what it is you actually believe in it, whether you actually want to fight for that. Anyway, here, I leave it at that for today. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.